Let me tell you why they need life insurance.
Who does the money go to? The state?
It's not necessarily to cover like funerals and things like that. A lot of wealthy people, they use life insurance for the tax advantages and to grow their money, to make the money work for them. So when we were talking about term, but when we get to like the permanent policies, that's when you have cash value in the policies. A lot of wealthy people, they dump thousands and thousands of dollars in these policies, and they can be touched by the IRS. You don't pay no taxes on it. And it compounds. It accumulates interest. It compounds. You can borrow from it, and it creates cash flow for them as well, so they can buy more properties, invest in another business.
That's what we was talking about earlier. Yeah, that's what we was talking about earlier. Not to cut your wisdom, I was talking about that earlier. How like, and you got to think, man, like the rich and wealthy people, the people who like pretty much ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we'll get. The game that we get right now, the things that we gaining right now from what we learning from, you know, what's going on and how the system works and all that, they've been knowing it.
Yeah.
So it's like once they dump it off on us, they still got 20 more years ahead of us of stuff we ain't gonna know. You know what I'm saying? So once we get it, it's like new to us, like, but to them, they like, oh, we've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, we just gotta try to project that off on our kids to try to like grasp everything they can, try to have understand everything they can, and you know, learn everything they can about things like life insurance and things like what you can do when it comes to leveraging and stuff like that, buying land and things like. And it's I think it's tax free, right? They ain't taxing you for your money. Nope. That's your money. They not taxing you. So let's say you got a policy for $450,000. Let's just say that, okay? You bought $100,000, you still got $350 in that boy. You know what I'm saying? And you finna do what you gotta do. Then you gonna put what you gotta put back, and you still gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, there are policies where if you take the money out, you said $350,000.
Would it be like
you want to take out $50,000?
Yeah.
The insurance company is still going to show your account having that $350,000, even though you took out that $50,000 to use it for something else. So when you're accumulating interest on that $350 still.
Wow.
So it's as if you never touched it before.
Wow, that's dope. See, now I didn't know that.
I got a partner. He does this. He will use the policy.
Okay.
Buy a property.
Yeah.
So it's tax free, right?
Right.
Then he will use part of the money and he will lend it to his LLC, which is still him.
Right.
And then he will pay it back to it, but he'll do like a return, like, oh, I didn't need it, from the LLC to himself within a certain amount of time.
Wait, like a month.
While it was in the account, it was gaining interest and sent it back to himself or the LLC.
Ooh.
And he was just bouncing around his circle of friends. They're all just borrowing money from each other, tax-free, gaining interest. They're just getting richer and richer off of money they never paid taxes on.
Just off the interest itself.
Because they're doing it with him.
Like, that's crazy, man. Like, but the thing that's crazy is the game that we learning right now. Like I just said, we going back to what I just said. It's crazy that these folks been doing it. Yeah. This the game they been doing. Yeah. You know, and we sitting up here looking like trying to figure it out. They already know. They been doing this.
And that's why it's so important to surround yourself with them type of people.
Right.
Sure.
And put yourself in them rooms with people that own properties and have LLCs.
Right.
And stop hanging out at, bars and shit with people that ain't got nothing going on. Yeah.
People talking about who gonna make the next touchdown.
Yeah, you're not gonna learn that watching the game.
I'm not saying that's cool,
playing
but like
PlayStation.
That should be all your time, man.
Not in your 30s and 40s.
Come on, bro.
We got to get
it's time
with it.
To get it, bro.
Right, because associations are crucial.
Everything.
Like, maybe you heard about, like, if you were hanging around 5 millionaires,
you're going to be 6.
You're going to be the 6.
You're going to be 6 or 7.
If you're hanging around 5 broke people, you probably going to be the next broke person.
Sure,
associations are crucial. You got to hang around people that you want to be like.
Talk.
They're in places are going places that you want to be, that you want to go to. So
you got to be intentional about it too. And I know it's hard because it's hard to be on that path when everybody else around you is not on that path.
Right.
And then separating from them, not on no fake shit, but on some I got to do better for myself shit. But they going to be looking at you like, you too good to hang with me. You don't even fuck with me no more. Like, I can't. You still doing the same shit when we was 19.
Right. It's still
I'm 37 and you still doing that. Yeah.
It's still love. I just can't do it. It's still love. I just can't do it, bro.
Because I don't want my daughter to have to do what I had to do.
Right.
I love you enough to get away from you and show you that I'm gonna be the example of how we supposed to be moving. And if you ain't moving like that, I can't deal with you.
Right.
That's just what it is. It ain't no sellout, no none of that. It's just I know what's best for me. I know what direction I'm trying to go.
Right.
I can't be doing the same thing. And I know a lot of people still doing the same thing, man.
So do y'all talk to y'all kids about life insurance? Joe? Why you don't talk to them about it? How old are your kids?
I never really thought about it. How old are my kids?
Yeah.
I have a 19.
Look, she trying to hide her age.
I have a 19.
I have a teenager.
18.
Let's just say
And
teenager.
11.
Okay.
Do your kids know what to do if something was happening to you if you was a pass?
Yes.
Okay, like y'all have a
They
plan.
will take my insurance and go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Do they know to invest and who to contact, where to get?
No, because I need to. Sorry, I'm guilty. I have to update my beneficiaries because I still have. I mean, it's got my kids, but the adult on it is not the right person.
She's like, I don't fuck with him no more.
Like, I'm hoping that if I die next to
it was my ex-boyfriend for 2 years.
Like,
She's like, I need that shit
I'm hoping. Yeah, no, I really need to do it, but I don't really talk to them about it. I think they know I have life insurance, but I don't know if they really do know. They know, but I don't think it's like, they took it in like it's just.
I feel like you need to talk to them so you be like, yeah, they know for sure. Instead of
because they're gonna put a hit on me. Like, oh, is that how much we get?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You want something to drink?
Right.
You have kids?
I have kids, but my boys are still really young.
Okay.
I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh yeah.
So I don't talk to them yet, but one thing I do is make sure that they're around me. Like they'll come to the office with me. They're around my mentors and things like that. Like people that I'm associated with in the industry. That way they can hear the language.
Right.
And they can start picking it up like little by little. Because kids are so smart. They pick up on.
They do.
They little
so
mini
much.
computers. They like computers, man.
Yeah.
They remember
They're not
everything.
listening, they are.
So they'll ask me something random like, "What is this?" And I can be able to explain like, "Where did you hear that from?" Like, "Oh, I heard it when we were in the office," or they know like when we're out and about, like they know I need to talk to people, like because that's what we do. We educate the public. So they're like, "Why don't you go talk to this person?" Like they're pushing me out and they're really helping me be more social and get the word out there. So they know that's important to being able to spread the word. So they'll pick it up. I trust
you talk to your kids about it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I talk to them about it all the time, especially my wife mainly, you know what I'm saying? I try to tell her how I want it structured. You know what I'm saying? My kids, I always tell my kids, I don't care what goes on, what happens. This is the main thing I tell them. I need y'all to stick together. I don't care if y'all argue and fight, stick together, be there for each other because there's no guarantee how long I might be here. You know what I'm saying? And then I always tell my wife, like, just make sure all my kids are good. Just make sure all my kids are good and you do right by them. Yeah. That's my request from you. Like, make sure they good. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And one thing I kind of was talking about was like, because like I said, I got a term policy. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody within my home got term policy. My wife got term. We got terms on the kids. They term policy. But I spoke to her about something, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes, and this is, I'd say any black family, you know what I'm saying? Any melanated family, especially us. I'm not knocking any other family, any other culture or race or whatever. I'm just saying because we the ones who go through it the most when it comes to being ignorant to certain things. I feel like even if it means you pick a specific person and say, you know what, let's get you a permanent policy. I know that policy might be $200, damn, $300. You know what I'm saying? But let's get you that policy, and 2 or 3 of us pay into that policy just for you. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just you, I'm cool with. I take the term. You take the, however we want to decide who we gonna pick to take that permanent policy, just so we can look at the benefits of it in the end. You know, say, okay, after so long, we can pull from that. We can start a business from that. We can. It's so many ways we can leverage that. So I think it'll be worth that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what it come down to in the homes, that our people do those type of things to leverage that. I think that's what we should do. You know what I'm saying? If, like I said, just pick that one person. You know what? We're gonna pick it for you. And then now we all you gonna invest, I'm gonna invest, and whoever, 2, 3 people, whatever, we gonna invest in paying into that for you. So later on, we can pull from that. We can invest in something that can build from that. And then once we build from that, we all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but people don't think about it like that. I know it can't be 3 people in the house paying. That's $600. Like, I'm paying $200, you paying $200. That's $600. That's the whole bill in the house. You know what I'm saying? So let's just everybody come together and just pay one policy together. 2, 3 people help you pay that policy. And then once that policy is ready to release us these funds and let us get up in there, we're going to take some up out of there. We're going to flip that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're going to do it like we in the trap. You know what I'm saying?
He went back to the trap. You got a question, Joe?
No, I think I was thinking about something else, because I was like, what is the qualification for that person? Like, but I'm thinking you're saying while that
like
person's still living.
Because
I'm thinking, you know, like, so are you trying to pick somebody who you think's gonna die faster?
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
We about to get grandpa out of here.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah. That's a good point. But what I'm saying is, like, think about it like this. I'm looking at it. What if they live longer than you? It ain't even that. Like, if you outlive me and you got this policy, and it's a $250,000, $300,000, $400,000, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This policy is a good policy. Even if you outlive me, when you do pass, and I might be already gone, I know my kids is good. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know that's all good. But at the same time, while we still alive, we might invest by pulling something out from that make us millionaires. And the policy's still good.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
what's stopping people from, like, just going to hospice and getting insurance on people that's about to get up out of here?
Oh man.
Just pay it for like 6 months to a year and then cash out. You can get it on anybody, right, with their consent, correct?
Because it costs more.
It's gonna cost more, but they're not gonna be there
their
long.
Illness.
Let's say I'm gonna pay $1,000 a month for 6 months.
But sometimes they don't even qualify for it
for sure.
because what they're expected to die.
But you could do that, right? Like, it's legal if you got their consent.
Well, a lot of companies for policies like that, they have a limit on it. So they'll say, like, within the first 2 years, if that person passes away, we don't have to pay a death benefit.
True. That leads me to my next question. Suicide. Do you get a payout if they commit suicide?
So a lot of companies, the same way. A lot of times, most companies within the first 2 years, they have a 2-year.
That's what State Farms is.
So
So
they don't cover it.
No.
Yeah, so
some don't cover it at all, right?
First 2 years, so after the 2 years, if they commit suicide, then it's covered?
Some companies, right?
That's crazy.
I think some don't cover it at all.
But most of them have that 2-year contingency.
That was a good question, though.
Yeah, I thought it was just not covered at all.
Yeah, because I've had personally in my family.
I didn't know.
So I have in my family personally, they were like, "Oh man, like I'm skeptical of life insurance. It's a scam because so and so passed away, and they were giving us a hard time about the payout. Like they didn't want to pay us our money.
Right.
And suicide is a big stipulation. Like if you pass away from suicide, the company doesn't have to pay out your death benefit.
I think the military
and it says that in the contract.
I think the certain benefits they don't get if their spouse commits suicide while serving.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but
so all that money they just keep.
Yeah. Or they don't get certain benefits.
They'll give you the premiums that you paid in back.
Okay, and they'll keep the billions of interest they made off of it. Because they taking it and investing it and flipping it. And
Right, you know they're doing it, bro.
Making it do somersaults. Okay. That's crazy.
Nah, they back at the trap.
Oh, that's been the trap.
You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah.
So what, you gonna go home and tell your kids about this? Get them on track?
Maybe.
And
I'll give them a little bit of information, educate them a little bit about it. Because, I mean, they do ask the questions like, what if you die? Who's going to pay what's going to happen to the house? What's going to happen to this?
Yeah.
But
so
a lot of people don't like talking about death. It's like they scared. When you say will, they're like, I don't want to talk about that.
That's
so
what
we're going to talk about it when you die? Like, we got to do it now.
Yeah.
Right.
So is that a conversation you just don't like having? Is
no,
that
it's
what
not.
that is?
I know they're going to be taken care of. So that, for me, from my peace of mind, I'm okay. Because I already know somebody. I mean, the paperwork, somebody got it. So if that happens, then they're good. But I don't know why. I just feel like I don't give them too much information because I'm just paranoid.
She feel like she don't get knocked off. She don't trust the
I don't know. Or they
She
really,
like, nah, I ain't telling them.
care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not at that age yet. Like, so with my mom, I'm in my 30s, just now asking her, hey mom, do you have life insurance? Because what happens, you know, where's your paperwork at? Because if something happens to you, I don't know where all this is at. And she's like, oh, it's here, So it took me till my 30s to really understand or know, you know, what's going to happen. Because, I don't want to be put on whatever she got, you know, because it's always the next of kin or whatever, right? So, I mean, I'll talk to them eventually.
Yeah. You better hope you got time to talk to him.
I know.
Like we just said,
she sound like one of
we
them
don't know
ones.
what our time
Well, we got
is.
this recorded, so, you know.
She was like, watch this podcast.
Watch the podcast.
Just send them the video.
Anything ever happen to me, watch the podcast.
Yeah.
I would say make it, I guess, tell them maybe the benefits for them. Like, we were talking about the importance of getting life insurance for your kids earlier. Like, some things that you can do with these policies, like you can save for their college, you can help them purchase their first home or purchase an investment property. But because if they're young, I know some of your kids are older, but especially if you start young, they're building up all these cash for all these years. Like when they become of age of 18, they'll have access to this, and it's something that you can. That they can use. Some kids that want to go to college, maybe they want to travel around the world, maybe they want to go to trade school, maybe they want to start their own business, and so it's a benefit for them in the future.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're with one company, let's say I'm with State Farm, and then I want to go to your company, all that money's just lost that I spent to State Farm, right? Over all them years. Let's say I'm paying $100 a month to State Farm. You're like, I can give you that same thing for $25.
Yeah, it's just
pretty
a term.
much.
Yeah.
But that leads me to, there's another type of policy out there that you actually will get your money back.
What is that?
It's called a return of premium or
That's the
ROP.
ROP, yeah.
Okay, that's the ROP,
So it's structured. It's like a term, so you'll have it for a certain amount of time, 10 to 30 years, and it does expire. But if you don't pass away during that time period, you get all the money that you put into the policy back.
Can you get that on car insurance too? I need an ROP. I ain't had no accident in a minute.
Right.
I need my coins.
Car insurance is
ridiculous. That's crazy. So is there any other things besides suicide that can make you not get the payout? Your beneficiaries wouldn't get the payout that you know of?
If it's any type of fraud, like if they find out that you lied on your application, you misrepresented yourself.
Or something. Like you had cancer and you didn't say nothing or something like that.
Right. They have a contestability period to where they can go back and do further investigation. If they find anything, they can withhold.
And that seemed like, I'm gonna be honest, man, like since she said it like that seemed like because I think all companies are like that gotta pay you money. They gonna find they gonna
Oh, they put it in that paperwork.
They gonna go down to the hairs of everything.
It's in that right.
They gonna look into it. They gonna make sure whatever we gotta do not to pay, we gonna try to find something so we ain't got to pay.
You know how many lawyers they gotta look over that stuff when they draft it?
I'm telling you, bro, they gonna look for
Make
everything.
sure it's airtight.
Yeah, airtight, bro.
Because I used to watch, like, you know, those unsolved mysteries and stuff like that, where women would marry men for their, you know, insurance. Like it'd be like $1 million and stuff like that, and they'd get away with it after like the third husband, and then they're like, wait a minute, She's been
Yeah.
collecting insurance.
I know
been
somebody like that at
collecting.
Temple right now.
And
She's
they-
on her going on
you
her
know?
third guy, and
Oh
everybody's
my
looking at her
gosh.
like,
And
Right?
she
and both of
paid.
them
And then they
died, like,
investigate
Yeah.
not
after
that long.
that third person. They're
Yeah.
like, hold up. How did your third person, all three of them fell off a cliff?
Yeah.
You know, like
they slipped and fell.
same way.
All died the
And
same
then they make
exact
it
way,
so
like-
obvious. They
Yeah.
signed the what do you call it, beneficiary like 2 weeks earlier. You know, like they make it. They don't wait. Like it's so obvious, right? But
That's crazy. Yeah, I be side eyeing her every time I see her. I don't want to give you no hug or nothing. No, I'm good.
Right.
So hey, how you doing? I'm good.
she's like,
crazy.
she's like, do you
Right.
have life insurance?
Yeah, right. Nah, I don't have none. I'm not trying to get up out of here. That's crazy. Do y'all know anybody personally that's done that?
That you
I don't.
for life insurance?
Uh-huh.
No.
Y'all know anybody that received a life insurance payout and you know like what they did with it?
I did.
What'd you
I
do?
mean, I'm a military widow.
Okay.
So yeah, my late husband's, we got like insurance and everything. So like the very first thing I did was like house, car, make sure we have that.
Mm.
So yeah, I did start off with, you know, I mean, I didn't have a lot of, I was what, 23, 24, and at that time I didn't have a lot of knowledge about money. Everybody around me was into,
Like I said,
you
they in
know,
your ear. Let's party. Let's
and
do
like
this.
everybody's saying different things, so I kind of like felt like I was on my own to really just think about it because I had two babies at that time.
Yeah.
So I just made sure, you know, house, and we had a roof under our head,
Right.
and then overhead, and then, you know, vehicle. So I really did. The first thing I did was pay.
Cash for a
it was
house?
probably wrong move, but I did it. I just bought a house and a vehicle, and I just paid cash.
Yeah.
I did, and then I mean,
Yeah.
I still had money, so I put it like in. I guess back then we had like, I was with USA. I'm still with USA. I put it in like these funds, not trust funds, but you know, like stocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just putting it anywhere where I thought, like, you know, to let my money grow and stuff like that. I didn't, and I was doing this all just me. Nobody really telling me anything because everybody else was telling me what to do with my money. I don't really trust them.
Yeah.
And you know, people that was the people that was giving me the advice were people that
Ain't never had no money.
Yeah, like, you know, you don't take advice from somebody that, like, for example, you don't want to take relationship advice from somebody who's been like really like divorced like 10 times.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
so it was like I was getting advices from people like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I really was just trying to do everything myself, and I mean, I'm pretty good. I've been doing pretty good till now. So
You feel like you made the right decisions on the investments and buying the house and the car?
That's a good
cash.
I did to hold us off, or you know, I mean, we're still good, but I feel like I wish I still could have went. I should have went. I could go back, and because even when I was like into like getting properties, I really didn't even know. Like, all I saw was, okay, look, there's a house here, and this is when I was thinking about investing my money, and I saw like, oh, the house is $195,000. So I'm thinking, ooh, I need to give them $195,000. I didn't know like about a loan, you know, all
you
this
should've
stuff.
got a
And
loan.
at that time, I didn't really have to put down because I could use like VA loans and stuff like that.
Right. Especially
And I
with the
bought
VA.
my house cash.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, so I was kind of like working backwards.
Yeah.
So then after that, you know, 3 houses later, and then now I'm just starting to really know now. I'm like, hey.
Whatever you learn, though.
Yeah.
I think
and
that's because we're taught like loans and credit cards and
Yeah.
debt is bad, but the rich people use debt
Yeah.
Right.
to get richer.
Yeah,
So you don't go pay cash for shit.
I know.
We
I know
we brag
now.
about that. I got the pink slip. I paid cash. Like that's
Yeah.
not good. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
I think with me, I just didn't want to, just in case, I'm like, well, if I pay this house off, I don't have to worry about nothing. Like, I at least have a house.
Right.
That's what I was
definitely
thinking.
understand the mind frame you were in because I thought the same way at that age. But now I know better, knowing that if I have $400,000 in the bank,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get the loan on the house
Right.
and then do some investments with it.
Yep.
Flip some, pay that back later.
I'm not gonna go spend $200K and then another $50 on the
Flip it and
car.
Pay it back later, bro. For real.
Yeah, but you live and you learn.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you working on your second husband? She's the one we were talking about the whole time.
No.
That's why
I
she
actually
sweat
know
over there.
somebody, but it's just weird that it happened. She really was like on her third husband, and they were like military
weird,
also.
bro. That's
But
crazy.
they all just died. Like one was from the war, from the war. Another one was a motorcycle accident, and stuff like that. But it was just really weird. I come to her house, and she got like three.
Three guys.
She had like two, like from the two husbands,
Yeah.
and then like there's a third one. I'm like, I would hate to be that guy to come in and be like, "Is that my spot?"
Right. She's with a frame already.
It's crazy.
Waiting on him, like, yeah.
I'm good.
That's
I'm leaving.
weird.
I'm 5,000.
Wow, man.
So what you doing with the house now? Are you gonna use that as a financial tool, or are you still just living there?
I mean, the house I have now, because I got it at a time where it was so, like, rates were low. I mean, I didn't know rates now is what, 7?
7.
Okay,
You got a lot of equity
mine was
in it
like
now,
2%.
right?
So I was advised not to sell it,
Right.
just rent it, and then get another house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know a little bit more now than before,
Okay.
but
So
I
that's what you're
wish
doing
I
next.
knew it then.
Renting will be better.
Yeah.
That's constant money coming in.
I'd be like billionaire by now, but oh well, wasn't meant to be yet.
What you would have did with it
With
if you would have got 400K, like her? You would have bought it cash. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36.
I'm just gonna ask
No, she
her.
looking at him like,
23, did you know?
Rule number 1.
Don't you ask a woman her age. She
I'm
looking at
blood.
like
She already
answered, but
tried
she
to
looked
dodge
at you
her
like,
age. She didn't want to tell me
yeah.
how old her kids was because she know I do the
Yeah,
math. She's like, I got a teenager.
Yeah.
I can't say since I was not in that situation. I definitely understand why you did what you did. And you want to take that burden off of you. You want to make sure
Yeah.
your kids have that,
That's the
that
first two
stable
major
place.
things.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. But yeah, I would probably.
At 23, not right now.
Ooh.
What was your mind at 23?
Oh, at 23, I didn't know nothing. At 23, I was studying Dave Ramsey, so I would have paid cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Corey,
sure.
you would have paid cash bought a house at 23?
Yeah.
And when I did it, nobody even said
Yeah.
That's what
that
I
was a
would've
bad
did.
idea. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I mean, it sounds
I don't know.
solid.
It was just
House
like
for the kids and the family,
Yeah.
the car.
I would have bought
put the
out
rest
a little
up.
bit. I ain't gonna lie. I would've
Yeah.
bought
Yeah.
out
Oh, we're going to do a
That
little
was,
bit.
that was in my stunting days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was trying to stunt back then. So,
But you know,
I
ain't
would've
nobody
bought
knocking if you
I
buy a
would've
house and a
bought-
car and then go get you a little something.
Yeah.
You just can't go get something first.
Yeah.
And then you like, damn, I should have got a house.
Yeah,
And you only got
gotta get the
15
house,
grand
bro.
left. I seen a dude
I
on the
feel like
news.
anybody would have did it at 23 though. Would have got that house first, bro.
Yeah.
Anybody at
Anybody
that
I
age, 'cause
know,
that's
yeah,
everybody's
for sure.
thing. Like, I'm trying to buy my
somebody,
own
by
house and like
parents that were
that would be the
financially
goal,
literate.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all seen that dude in Chicago maybe 5 years ago? He knocked his mom off for his insurance money, for her insurance money.
Wow.
But all he did was like go buy like cars and jewelry and he made like Instagram videos and then like they called him obviously because he made Instagram videos and now he's like locked up for life. Y'all didn't see
that's
that?
why I can't tell my kids these things.
I got
like
like
red.
that's
what she
Yeah.
crazy though. That don't
He
even
got
make
all
sense
type of
though.
jewelry. He in the club throwing bands. He blew through it in like I want to say like 30 days or
Wasted money.
90
bro.
days.
Wow, bro.
I want to say it was like 300K.
Dang.
He bought like $100,000 Ferrari, like a couple chains, Rolexes.
That's not even.
I said, bro, you
Mind
killed
state,
your
bro.
mom
No
for like
investment,
a
bro.
90-day flex.
That's it. Like no investment.
That's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's why she don't want to tell her kids.
Mhm. Yeah, man.
Don't watch that episode. Damn, that's wild. So what company do you work for?
I'm with PHP Agency.
PHP
PHP Agency, yes.
How do somebody contact you if they want to come and be a client of yours?
They can reach out to me on Instagram, on Facebook, at Kia Lynn.
Can you spell that out for them? Because when they watching this, I want them to be able to
Yes.
type that in and get you some new business.
For sure. So it's Nikia Leann, NEKIALEANN on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep, and it's just Nikia Agor on Facebook.
Okay, that's what's up. So,
I have my kids
Yep,
call
shoot
you.
me a DM.
yeah.
So you know, no, you know exactly what to get them. No.
And how's that work? They contact you. You have that like a consultation or?
Yep. I do free consultations, so we'll sit down, we'll get to know each other, go over your goals. I'll educate you because that's what I lead with first is education. Pretty much telling you all your different options, the different products that you have access to, and then we'll set up another consultation where we'll do the numbers and we'll go over the goals and things like that. And then we fill out the application, submit it, and try to get you covered.
And they don't have to be local, right? They can be anywhere in the country.
Right, it can be anywhere in the country.
What if you are American but you live in another country? Does that put any holds on that?
No, you can still get coverage.
Okay. Because I've had soldiers ask me, like, I live in Germany. Is that still, you know what I mean? It sounds like a simple question, but people don't know.
Yeah. And so many different companies and they have so many different rules, but you can, I mean, even foreign nationals can get coverage. Like, it just depends on the company.
What about illegals? I know some Mexicans here in Texas that want some coverage.
They want coverage?
Yeah.
Is it on a questionnaire? Are you a U.S.?
Is that like the first question? Yeah. All right, so they come to you. They want to get coverage. They fill out all the information.
Cash.
Next is they're like, I do cash only. The next thing is like the doctor coming out, or what's the process that they're gonna go through?
It depends on the company. If you're healthy, you haven't had any hospitalizations, it's a good chance that they might just approve you without having to do any kind of blood work or exam.
Yeah.
But if you have something on your background, they might say, yeah, we need to do lab work. So they'll send out someone to your house and to do the physical and take the blood work.
Okay. So you don't need to go into a hospital or a doctor's office
nowhere.
Nowhere.
They send someone to you at their expense on your time.
Okay.
Right.
What you was about to say, Joe?
So illegals can get it?
She never asked the question.
She said that was a legit question.
She never asked that.
I was fucking with it. No.
Oh, we're a different question now.
Yeah.
I thought we were still on. I'm like, so.
Because some people think that you just go online, sign up for life insurance, and make a payment, and you have life insurance, and it's not like that.
Oh.
I mean,
they gotta contact you. Like they sent doctors to my parents' house. They took blood work. There's like a couple weeks. Then they gotta go to the office, sign paperwork, review with the agent. It ain't just like
it's a whole process.
It ain't like Progressive car insurance. You sign up online and boom, you have it right then.
Whole process.
So I like to cover all the base stuff because some people are on base level knowledge and don't know. So you gotta break it all the way down. You feel me?
Yep.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on, dropping knowledge.
I appreciate you having me. This is fun.
Find out that Joe's kids may knock her off. Somebody keep a tab on her. Text her when she gets home. Make sure she made it home. Her brake line ain't gone on her car.
I know.
She got that nice Benzo out there.
I might need to
Kids
get.
might be trying to get that.
I might need to switch my insurance now.
Corey, what's up with that Wealth is Gangster shirt, man? Tell me about that. I like that shirt. Where you get that from?
Man, shout out to Tony Johnson, man. Man, I probably wore this shirt maybe 3 times, bro.
Yeah.
But Wealth is Gangster, that's his thing, man, and I understand it because first of all, wealth is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the real wealth. Having some kind of understanding, having some kind of godly spirituality about yourself. But I think he put this in play like that because he was basically letting people know, man, it's okay to be wealthy, man, and do it in the right way, do it in a positive way, and build some kind of generational wealth for you and your family and your loved ones, man. Everybody want to be gangster and they think it's about pulling a gun out, killing each other, taking each other out in the streets, but that's not the real wealth, man. That's not the real gangster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the real gangster, man. The real gangsters, man, they taking care of their families and they doing what's right. They creating generational wealth and, that's what you call an OG, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's willing to build for their family, that's willing to teach. OGs are teachers, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, your age don't make you no OG just because you old.
It don't.
I know some OGs that's younger than me, And that's younger than the ones that think they my OG.
Right. And you, they OG. Like when it come to mine.
For real.
Yeah, for real.
I was at HEB and I seen this dude. He's like 55. He's one of my clients. I'm not gonna say his name, to protect his image. But I spoke to him. I'm like, what you doing all the way down here? Because he live in Temple. He's like, man, I'm bringing such and such over. And I look over, and it's this dude that's like 55, 60. He's like, I had to take him to the hospital, see his girl. And then I'm going to drop him off so they can go get something to eat. And I'm taking him right now to get her some flowers. And I'm like, you're driving this grown-ass man around like a... It reminded me when I was 16 asking my dad to take me on a date and drop me and my girl off at the movies. Right. But this dude is always trying to give me game and shit. I'm like, how am I supposed to take game from you and you catching a ride from somebody to go see your girl at 55, 60 years old?
For real.
So that's a perfect example why your age don't make you no OG.
It don't, bro. It don't.
And I can't I can't receive your message when I see you in that light. You know what I mean? I've been driving since I was 15. I ain't never asked nobody for a ride unless my car was down.
Right.
So to me, that would be embarrassing, but he has no shame in it at all. But you still out, buying bottles and buying weed and all this other shit, but you're not buying a car.
Yeah.
That shit's it's beyond me.
That's a mindset thing.
Yeah. So I just shake my head and laugh. Like every time I see him, like, this is crazy. You caught a ride up here to get a haircut. Like, and so he still live at his mom's house. Like,
and that's crazy.
Wow.
You take women to you want to go to my room? What?
Be quiet.
How you ask the grown ass when you want to come to my room?
I feel you.
Yeah, my mama be quiet.
We can't be too loud. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That shit crazy. You don't know nobody like that?
Not at that age.
I know a couple of them in their 50s.
That's crazy.
Like 3 or 4 of them like that.
Man.
And they got everything. They fly as fuck. All the clothes and shit. But I'm like, you got all that because you don't have no fucking bills.
Yeah.
You still not an adult.
Right.
You're not paying no car payment, no car insurance.
Responsibilities on you.
They get women like that?
Yes. Women love it like that.
I'm pretty sure
The women are validating it.
They gotta be lying about it. Oh, my mom lives with me.
Oh, my car down. My homeboy brought me.
Right.
Your car been down 47 years.
I be looking at who got the master bedroom. I know who was out. No.
For real.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's really real out
Think
here.
I know anybody.
Conversation though, man. It been enlightening. You know
Joe,
what I'm saying?
we appreciate you sitting down with us too.
Both of y'all.
Sharing your story, especially you being a person that actually received the policy and been through it. You know what I mean? So to get that firsthand, we appreciate that.
Nakia, we appreciate you too. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime y'all want to come back, y'all got a home on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Anytime.
Y'all need to check out my book too, man.
Yeah, shout out the book real quick. Where we find it at, Corey?
Y'all go on Amazon.com, look for the book. Don't think like me, just think. Y'all find it, man.
How much they going for now?
They going for 20, man.
Y'all need to get that.
Y'all need to get it, man. Don't think like me, just think.
Look, she on there now about to buy it. That's what I'm talking about. Support.
That type of support, you know what I mean? But, like basically, like I simplified it, you know what I'm saying? I simplified the book. I broke it down and, all of it is thoughts. It ain't chapters, they thoughts. And, but basically it's like my thoughts, but at the same time, basically the reason I broke down my thoughts was to get somebody else to think they own. You know what I'm saying? If we could just think outside the box, even if what I'm saying might make you be like, damn, I ain't look at it like that. Okay, well, what if it's like this? But I'm still making you think about something different other than the stuff that you've always been taught or the things that you've always seen from the perspective that was given to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. One volume 2 coming.
Yeah.
Hey, I put that pressure on him to put this book out.
He put that pressure on me.
Now I'm about to put it on for second edition.
We're gonna
2024 around the corner.
We're gonna see, bro.
Let's shoot for what we looking like Christmas 2024.
No, we'll see, bro. We'll see what's up, man. You put that pressure on me, and I can't with it, so.
Alrighty. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Until next time.
We're gonna holler at y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Good job, ladies.
thing. He didn't have any trophies in the crib.
Right.
Yeah.
All of that stuff was outside because he wanted the kids to see him.
Right.
He wanted us to see mom. So I learned about my dad from my friends' parents.